Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh my god, he forgot again. No. No, you know what? Well, we'll just go this way, you know. I think it finally restarted and we're actually doing the story, so it's okay. Ooh. The memo room.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
We haven't been here in
Feeling
years.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Well, let's go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No. Let's go downstairs. Let's never go to the boss's office. What the?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished.
How did his car get here?
His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh my god!
Why did the doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Oh my...
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
Can't be real.
And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief
I'm dreaming.
Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Oh, yeah.
And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
The only confusing thing here is the car.
Lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
I'm flying!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
I'm flying.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
That's a good question.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course,
how
this
did this
was not
car
a dream.
get here? What the doors? It's not possible. It doesn't make any sense.
Himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself. Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Whoa.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Yeah.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back.
Oh, yeah.
The fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream.
Come on, Stanley, you got this.
Over. Let me go back to my job.
Take control,
Let
Stanley.
me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want.
You love the buttons.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job, All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
It's kind of weird.
I am okay.
All right then. Hey, we're back. Look at the car.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I'm real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
The car. It doesn't make sense.
And everything went black.
Oh. The car doesn't make sense, man. It can't be there.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What the?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Hey, Stanley.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Staring down at Stanley.
And then she turned and ran.
How does Stanley sit there? Just chilling out dead. He's insane. In the membrane. Are we still dead? What's going on?
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Yeah, see some weather, oh yeah. So people, it's gonna sound confusing, but so like, I guess we died, and I really have no idea what's going on right now. Just follow the paper.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
With all the paper. It's not normal, man. Alright, there. Just ignore it.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I think I might
Coming to a staircase,
go to the
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Because I don't want to get killed, so let's do that.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
3.
But of course,
4.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2, 8, 4, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Yes, that was all luck, man.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Let us go. Oh, man.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
We could have been
Why
killed.
did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Let's go, let's do this! Oh man. Where's the boss? Let's mess him up.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What about escape, you know? I mean, let's get out of here, man. Let's roll.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Hey. Let's keep on going, you know what? Like, we're a warrior. We're like Batman, the new Batman.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Even though we're insane, so we're gonna die anyway.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Walking backwards, dude. Won't see me now. Oh! I think we died again. Nope. It's loading. Man, I don't even care about dying anymore since we're already dead in the first place. So, we're insane.
As the machine went into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this was.
What is this?
Perhaps his death was of no great loss.
Why does this, like, you must even have this thing? Like, I'm almost insane, but, like,
so he resigned,
I'm working on this place.
willingly accepted
A crusher.
this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh! Ah!
Farewell, Stanley,
Hey.
cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
It's a woman.
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What? But I'm alive.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Wait, I'm Stanley? You know, we're starting the game? Wait, no, he's Stanley. One of us is Stanley, I don't know.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Set up 2 doors was very it's the very first concrete piece of Stanley Parable's design. Once the room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the tradition. So I guess it was never even a thing. This is all a lie. Oh my god. The pacing to the opening section is important too, right? 2 doors at a time. Ooh. I guess this is where they made Oh, this is the game. It's my computer. I can type in the stuff again. Yeah. So this is where they made the game. In the game. This is like Inception for games. Nature paintings. Oh, the ocean. I remember this one already. Ooh. The rocks. I didn't see that one. So that's the leaves and the rock and the mountains in the that room. The lounge with the soda. Huh. So I'm just gonna walk around the place. The office clock, the last thing. It's like a museum of Stanley Parable. Oh! What's it? The narration outtakes. Oh. Ooh. Well, I think that's like the, you know, it was that. This game was a G mod, so that's like the early version, right? Freedom ending. What's that? With the freedom. The countdown task. I love how I haven't played this game right yet, and we still have no idea what the story is. What happened to all of my people? Sending levers. Ooh. Okay. The meeting room. It's very spooky here. Got the pencil sharpener from the beginning. More endings. If you're in the ending world. HD remix. Ooh. Civ. Narrator emails. Ooh. Asking emails with the game. That's so fake. What the? It's my office. Hey. I'm typing on the window. Ooh. Oh, the exit. There you go. I guess,
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Let's turn it on. Nope. What happened?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
I'm so confused. What is going
Listen to
on?
me.
Oh.
You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
Yes,
Don't
die. Oh. Oops. I think I was supposed to escape that, but I quit the game for that. Come on. So she's here now. Just gonna. I miss. You know, I kind of missed the other narrator. He's kind of. Yep, I like them. The woman's cool and all, but like, you know, the other narrator is so cool. He's even cooler. You know, come on. Hey, you got a cool guy. Oh, my headset just fell off. Oops. What's going on here? We're just in a black room. So I think that's it for now, and maybe one day we'll actually see the real ending, you know? But until then, this is Jimbo Crackers saying bye to you all, because I don't want to do it anymore. And actually, I do want to do it. It's a fun game and stuff. It's story, but I don't want to play right now because the reactor's been waiting in the bedroom. So I gotta go. I gotta go get him because he got shot. I'm gonna finish the job.